This is session 12, titled Following Through, as a part of our splash training. I always want to say, as I have throughout the semester, that I'm as interested in your lifestyle of evangelism as I am of you participating in our program on Monday nights in the splash program. I want to try to help you think through how you can have an evangelistic ministry. Some people would say, well, I don't have the gift of evangelism, but really evangelism is a command. Now, there are people who seem to have a special gift in evangelism, but Jesus made it very clear that he commands us all to be reaching out in his name. In fact, he said, come follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And so I've always said that if you're not fishing, you're not following. And so that's just a little thing that I hope will stick somewhere in your mind and memory as you think about Splash. So how do I follow through? I've done the basic level. By the time you reach this session, you've done the basic level of training, and you'll note that there is a page in your notebook that asks you to write a testimony. That's not the testimony that you did earlier. This testimony is how you've been blessed by being involved in Splash. And so what we'd like to do is have a testimonial from you about how you've benefited from being involved, because these help us when we talk to other people about the program to be able to share with them what others have said that have gone through it with us. So the first thing you can do and follow through is to take the next level of training. We always provide additional training on our weeknights, Monday nights that is, that we do our Splash training. We've had various people that have done that second level of training through the years. The last few semesters, Robert Stevens has done that level of training, and he does a great job of giving you additional insights in sharing your faith. So those opportunities will exist next semester as we go in the spring, in this case, this year, or the fall, if we had just done the spring semester, where you can take another level of training to gain new skills for reaching out. You could consider being a team leader or a co-leader. You may not feel that you're qualified, but some of you have a knack for this. You just have a level of confidence that you don't have any problem approaching someone's door that you don't know. And as far as learning how to lead a team, we'll always be giving you support and trying to help you be prepared, make sure you know some essentials in order to lead a team. The introductory session, the very first session, which, by the way, is the lengthiest session of the 12, basically you need to really zero in on that material if you're going to be a team leader and master the contents of that material as it relates to visits, especially the model visit. When we look at the model outline, the overview of the kind of visit we would like to have as we visit each home. Another way you can follow through is to become a faithful prayer warrior for those who make visits. You know, it may be that there'll be a semester that you can't participate in, but I hope that you will always be thinking on Monday nights about those teams that are preparing and making visits, and lift them up in prayer. The more people we have praying for us, the better experiences that we're going to have. Another way you can be involved is to be a source of encouragement to others to get involved. It's surprising how many people are frightened of this program. And there's nothing like someone like yourselves who have gone through the training and had good experiences in visits and gotten to know people because you've been involved and recognized the value of learning so many testimonies of some of your fellow members, that you can help people see that it's not quite as frightening as they might think. In fact, it can be a source of great blessing to them. So encourage others to be involved. I've always appreciated Sunday school teachers who've been involved in this, who have made it a point to challenge members of their class to consider being involved in Splash training. And we've had many people come and participate because of teachers who do that very thing. As another semester draws near, that's another point in your notebook to challenge your class to consider participating. Just because you're not the teacher doesn't mean that you can't ask to make an announcement. Share a testimony, just like the one I'm asking you to write and leave with us. Share a testimony about how you've been blessed by being involved, and encourage others that when they have an opportunity in the future to set aside the time to be involved in the training. Also, when we have splash days that we do special outreach, encourage people to participate in those. That's a real good way for them to get a small taste of what we do. I remember several who participated in one of our splash days who said, "My goodness, this was a blessing. This was exciting." And so those are opportunities to encourage people to be involved as well. Now, you'll note that in the notebook I tell you to write out your testimony. I always would prefer that you do that and email it to me. That's always a good way to do that. But you can turn in a hard copy or mail in a hard copy or walk in a hard copy. But above all, please do it. Please give us feedback about your experience. And if there's something about what we do that didn't work well for you, hey, I'm okay about hearing that. We can improve our program if we don't have people tell us what they think might strengthen the program. Thank you very, very much for being involved. You're participating in probably one of the most important discipleship programs that we have at Crestview. I look back over my shoulder over these 20 plus years and see many of the leaders, not only that are currently in our church, but leaders that have gone out to lead and serve in other churches who are effective in their personal witness and in the sharing of their testimony and reaching out to others in Jesus' name who were a part of this training in years gone by. And that's essentially what discipleship's all about. It's about reproducing ministers of the gospel. You know, sometimes you think the only ministers are those of us who do it full time. Ministers of the gospel are anybody who knows how to share the gospel with others. And so we want to reproduce as many ministers of the gospel as we can. I've often said on Sunday mornings, we don't need any more members at Crestview. What we need is more ministers. And so we've been sharing this time together in order to develop your heart for ministry. God bless you.